Aries, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and it's time for your weekly tarot reading. Welcome. This is going to be for May 12th to the 18th, and I'm going to tell you something, Aries. The reason why I sounded a little stunned and a little like, what? Is because I thought I was recording about halfway, right before we were about to get our message for you. And I realized that I didn't hit start hard enough or something. I didn't click it. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. And I always check, I always check to see if the mic volume's right, if it's hitting the bar, if it's not oversaturating or anything, and I'm looking to see what the timer is. And then I realized that I wasn't recording. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. So first time for everything, I guess. All right, welcome, Aries. Glad you're here. We're here finally. I'm recording. And we didn't have much going on except this crescendo to this full moon that's happening on May 12th. And there's not much anything going on until the 20th when the sun moves into Gemini. We'll save that for next week. So again, this is a week where, you know what? The full moon in Scorpio is enough for everybody. Just so you know, this full moon is shedding light on a certain area in your house. Sorry, I'm still a little jarred that I actually never hit start record. So anyway, so I'm going to stumble a little bit. So this full moon is happening in your 8th house. Scorpio rules the 8th house. So this could be an intense time for you to let things go. I look at the 8th house as a healing house. The 2nd, the 8th, and the 12th. Okay, in some capacity. Second house is more personal. 8th is more spiritual, more like, so it's mind, body, and spirit almost. The mind is the 12th, the body is the 2nd, and the spirit is the 8th. That's the way I look at it. And you can heal your spirit. It could bring about an intense time to where you need to realize that. Full moons are a little extra, but it sheds light on things. And it's also a good time to shed some things. Totally. And with this Scorpio full moon, it could be more of shedding obsession, the need for control, the need to understand when we just trust, So let's get a message from your guides and see what they add for this week. We have number 35, Angels of the 7 Chakras, Power, Truth, and Connection. Now, go ahead and on my channel, there is a chakra balancing meditation. I highly suggest you get on that bandwagon and try that once or twice this week. I think you'll really benefit from it. Love that chakra balancing. Love that chakra balancing. But it'll be good for you to do that this week. All right. But let's read more about the angels of the 7 chakras. Okay. This card is a reminder of the powerful presence of the archangels in your life. Consider the issues you're dealing with and call on the appropriate angel for assistance. This card speaks of the angels of the 4 chakra, the upper 4 chakras. The crown chakra brings greater connection with spirit. If you're working or on mediumship or developing your intuition, turn to this powerful force. That's Uriel. Metatron is associated with the 3rd eye, record keeper and ruler of clear thinking. He will enlighten your mind and help you with the cognitive pursuits. Okay? Gabriel is the throat chakra, rules communication of all sorts. Call on him for guidance in careers, in media, and writing. He can also assist you in changing your self-talk. Raphael is the 4th, the heart chakra. It's called the miracle worker. He brings healing to both emotional and physical issues. If you're recovering from some romantic wound, call upon his energy. Okay? Michael is the root chakra. And it helps anytime you need strength or stamina. If you're dealing with feelings of insecurity, whether personal or financial, call on Archangel Michael. For the sacral, it's Ariel, and it assists with fertility, family, and intimacy issues. She also helps with animals and pets. And Shamil, that is the solar plexus. This is your life force energy. So call on him if you have lost hope or enthusiasm, or even if you're having periods of low energy. He also can rekindle your interest in your goals and the excitement in your life. Here's the affirmation to go with this for this week. My chakras are open to their perfect, healthy, vital state. Angels bring healing and balance to my body, mind, and spirit. Now, you can't make this shit up. What was I saying the 2nd, 8th, and the 12th house were associated with? Body, mind, and spirit. I mean, you just can't make this shit up. Let's get some balanced chakras for you this week. Okay? Wow. Excellent. All right, let's get the vibe for you, Aries. Let's see what we got. You know, we're in full swing. You may be dealing with some financial issues right now. That's all right. Balance your chakras out. Call on Archangel Michael, especially with that root, for security and prosperity. All right, let's get the vibe. Aries, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. Yeah, look at that. That's your card right there, the Emperor. Look at that. That's it. Excellent. What else? Anything else? I feel like there's like one more. What's that? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. What do we have? Ooh, all right. Wow. All right. Very powerful this week. This full moon can really, really, really do some cleansing here. And I believe with the 5 of Wands at the beginning of this is let's not focus on drama. Let's not stir the pot. Let's not compete for anything. Let's not compete with any energy. We need to take action with the Emperor. Look at that's your symbol. That's your ruling planet, Mars. That's the Emperor. That's you. I really, really, really want you to really start applying this and to move forward. And I don't want you to do it where you got to run over people. You don't need to do that, Aries. What you need to do is take your power back over the situation. Why am I surrounded with drama? Because you're focusing on it. You know, maybe you need to heal your part of that self that kind of gets off on that. So, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes we get this need for drama. You know, maybe because there isn't any in our lives. So we stir the pot. We don't need to do that. This says to take action. All right. We don't need to compete, and there's more than enough to go around. The card in the middle says it all. It's the Magician. And the Magician is telling you, you create your own reality. You're not the product of the universe just spitting out random things at you. You are creating that with your thoughts and your feelings. Your reality is based on your thoughts and feelings. So work with it. Take action and work with it. Get away from the drama. It's causing an imbalance in your chakras. What you want to do is be the Queen of Pentacles. Act as if with maturity, security, and I got this. Most importantly, I got this. 4 of Wands is celebrating. Could be a marriage, an engagement. Could be opening up to that. Could be moving. A lot of focus on home, though, and harmony. And not having to fight with it. We just need to take action because we create our reality. You see what I'm talking about? All right. Let's get some oracles and see what we got for that. Let's get some oracles. What do we have for Aries? What do we have for this week? What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to know? Should we stay or should we go? No, that's it. That's it. I get it. Oh, yeah, base chakra. Okay, so like we were saying, our security, feet on the ground. The earth supports me. I am safe. I do not need to survive. I am now in need of thriving. I thrive instead of survive. Look at that, 2 aces. Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. I like that. I like that. That could be some romantic interest. This could be you getting your spark back, being inspired, and spiritual union, the Two of Cups. I like that. 1, 1, 1, 1. Look at that. 1, 11, 11, folks. Boing. 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 Look at that. 1, 1, 1, and 1, 11, 11. I love it. Pay attention to those numbers. Look those up. Beautiful. Let's look at love. Definitely something about a marriage proposal, maybe, for some of you. Interesting. Let's look at relationships and love for Aries this week. What do we have? Reciprocating energy. Maybe that's what some of you Aries, you single Aries, are looking for. Somebody that communicates. There's communication coming in, definitely. Is that it? You haven't been... Yeah, I guess that's it. Wow. My decks have kind of changed behaviors. Like, if cards aren't flying out, they're done. But I'll give it 1 or 2 more tries just in case. All right. So the King of Swords is showing an air sign possibly you're dealing with. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But this is somebody who cuts all cords, speaks their truth. This could be associated with Archangel Michael and that base chakra. I'm secure. Like that. Strong enough. You are strong enough for this, Aries. This is a very good reading. This is an opportunity coming in here. Messages coming in. The cup. The page is bringing the cup. And reciprocating energy. Boy. It would be really great if your love was reciprocated the way you wanted to, and maybe healing yourself of that insecurity that you'll never find that could definitely be on the way. You know what I mean? To know that there is that like energy out there if you put it out there. See what I'm saying? Like, you won't get that person that you want if you're not putting out that energy. Like, what energy are you putting out there? If you're putting out a loving energy, you'll receive that energy. And not falsely, you'll know. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Again, we got to work on that. Speaking your truth, letting it go. Releasing the block to move forward, because this is beautiful energy here. Awakening, someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation, and that's you, Aries. I got a feeling this Aries season was a little bit different for you, and you're starting to wake up to it. Trust me, balance your chakras out, do that meditation. All you have to do is sit back and relax, and I walk you through each one, starting from the base all the way to the crown. What is it? Like, I think it's maybe 14, 15 minutes. You can spare that for yourself, okay? Ace of Cups is fill your cup first, too. Twin Flame, this is a divine counterpart connection. Yeah, 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands really talks about that divine counterpart coming in. I don't want you to look at Twin Flame. I want you to look at that. This is a divine counterpart connection. Now that means that if you want that, you put that out there, okay? And it'll be yours. Now, let's get a closing message. So this, look, you can't make this up. It's time. It's really required of you this week to take some action. And only you know what that is. Aries, you're being asked to move forward toward the dream that you've been carrying in your heart. It's time to bring it out into the world. You're ready. It's time. Now, this could be a decision that you got to make. It's time. It could be about you finally healing those wounds, allowing those wounds to heal so you can move forward. It's time. You could probably be thinking about changing residences and getting ready to move. It's time. And the list goes on and on and on. If you've been thinking about balancing your chakras, it's time, you know? All right, Aries. Bottom line, it's time. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And also available for tarot, astrology, or both. Yeah, in person or online. Book now. Click the link in the description, and we will have a personal sit down, just you and me, not a general reading like this is, but a personal reading. And I will hook you up. Dates and times available. Get them now. All right, Aries, I love you all. Have a great week. Happy full moon, and I will see you on the weekend. Taurus, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to May 18th. So welcome, Taurus. Happy birthday for some of you Tauruses. Hey, it's your day. Could be your day this week, is it? Let us know in the comments. Hey, we have a full moon this weekend. Well, not this weekend. It happened this weekend. I get it. In reality, in my reality right now, it is coming up. It is this weekend. But you're watching this on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's already happened. See, that's the thing, man. I get lost in time because I'm doing, readings ahead of time. So this is really messed up. It really messes with my head. But we have this full moon on May 12th, and it's in Scorpio. It's in a water sign. It's in a fellow fixed sign. You, along with 3 other signs, are called fixed signs, where you're fixed in a proper mode of a stance. Your stance is fixed. There's cardinal, which starts something, fixed, which stays at something, and mutable, which is changeable with something, And you share that with Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Those are the 4 fixed signs. And you're part of that too. So with this full moon, it's an excellent time to release, and this is happening in your 7th house. So this could be all about relationships of all kinds with yourself and with others. So you want to be very aware of what you need to release. What's the universe been telling you lately or showing you about what's going on with your relationships and how you can change those and release emotional baggage or anything with that? It could be a very telling time. You could already be feeling this energy, and this is going to be a theme for you for the next 3 weeks until the new moon. So this is an excellent time to really work on relationships and release any baggage that you do have about relationships with yourself and others. Great time. All right. Or it could just be a time where you meet somebody if you're single. Sky's the limit here with relationships, Taurus, but make it work for you. Okay, let's get a message from your guides. I knew this was going to come out. I just knew it. And look at that, Archangel Raul. Ooh, Archangel Raul. This is Justice, Harmony, and Solutions. And this is really weird because Archangel Raul looks just like my son, Josh. And my son, Josh, is a Libra, and he's holding the scales. Isn't that weird? My ex-wife probably watches her video, and it's her birthday on the 18th, so happy birthday. And Jen, doesn't this look like our Bubba? I mean, am I on drugs or what? Looks just like Josh. Looks like he's up to something. But what this means is justice, harmony, and solutions, okay? So, I mean, again, harmony in relationships, solutions in relationships, justice. Finally, something closing out here. Pretty good. All right. Can't believe how that card looks like my son. Bubba. It's just so weird. He's a Libra and he's holding the scales. All right, Taurus. Let's get the vibe for you this week. Let's see what we got. What's the vibe? What do we got? Ooh, Ace of Cups. I'm already liking that. Already liking that. Is that it? Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we've got like public service announcements for you. You know what I mean? That's basically what this week is. We got to deal with some issues, but it's all about this right here, temperance. And that's balance. That's patience. Something you really need right now, Taurus. They really want me to put my focus here because this is detrimental to these two sides here. First of all, you've got something to say, and the King of Swords here is, there it is. Yeah. Jesus is Lord. I don't even smoke anymore. I mean, where did that come from? Yeah. Almost like word vomiting. Be careful with that. But you do have something to say. Something needs to be discussed. And that may be why you're stressing out here. But what they want me to show you is, first of all, there are 3 major cards in the what to embrace pile this week. And that's very indicative to say that this balance that you need to kind of, again, in past readings, past the weekends and the weeks, I've been telling you it's a time to slow down a little bit and to really take things in. You need, in the meantime, to empower yourself and know that you are strong enough. There's a huge message here. That's what will be the balance point for this. That's what you need to step into this week. You need to release any anxiety. King of Swords cuts all cords and speaks his truth, because now I don't have that urge to cough. And that came out of nowhere, and like I said, I haven't smoked cigarettes in months and never will. So you got something to say, some of you Tauruses, okay? Now, the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups, this brings in a new change. This is, what this really shows, Page of Wands always heralds in a message of some kind, a message of change. But what this also, for me in my practice, that you're taking life way too seriously, and it's time to start empowering yourself. The Ace of Cups is filling your cup. New relationship. Focus on relationships with yourself and others. Interesting. We're really not putting too much precedence in this right here, because anxiety can just be alleviated with confidence, with positive affirmations to yourself, putting out that signal, because anxiety really is just fear of the unknown. You don't have that outcome. What I say is turn anxiety on its ass. Anxiety and excitement are basically in the same realm. It's just on how you look at them. Why don't we look at, instead of being, I don't know what's going to happen to me in the future or how this situation's going to work out, I just don't know. So what you do is turn it on its ass. I don't know what's going to happen for this situation, the outcome, or the future, but I do know that I'm going to be excited about it because I know that the universe provides me with everything I need. And I step into my higher truth. And I'm excited about it. Now, that is a fucking game changer. Trust me. All right, let's get some oracles. Yeah, look at solar plexus. Again, strong Leo energy here. But what this is saying is confidence. It's all about confidence. I am worthy. I am good enough. It's about transformation with a new way of thought, just like in turning your anxiety into excitement. This is a great reading. And again, the same card, temperance, patience, let things gestate, and harmony, the lovers. Damn. Ace of Cups to the lovers. Yeah. Just be patient. Don't get freaked out because it's not happened yet. You know what I mean? It will. Archangel Raoul is saying, we got this. Okay, let's look at love. Okay. Yeah, the Lover's card does indicate a choice, and the Seven of Cups does put that out there too. Making a choice. Maybe that's what you're stressed out about. Make the best for you. The Ace of Swords is out again to say it's victory. Choose the positive route. Knight of Swords is a message coming in, or you speaking your truth. Be patient with this. The Magician realizes that I create my own reality. with the strength and the solar plexus here. That's beautiful energy. Leo energy also, another fixed sign. Recognition and reward. Beautiful energy here. Beautiful energy. I like that. Especially when it comes to relationships. Some of you might meet somebody through work or a group of friends, if you so choose. All right, let's get some messages of love. Okay, we've got denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. That needs to be transformed. A new way of looking at things. Retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Make that decision. Give yourself some self-care. Get outside and ground. And self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. And lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Pay attention to that. Harmony and solutions. Justice. All right. Let's get a closing message for you, Taurus, and see what's up. So you see it for what's going on here, right? Okay. So take that time to take care of yourself. A little self-care will help with your relationships also. Okay? All right. Celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate recent accomplishments, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. Now, it's your birthday. Celebrate. You know, you late Tauruses, you're just getting to that point. And let's read more about Archangel Raoul, because I was so flabbergasted that looked like my son that I didn't give you the meaning. So let's go over it before we close out. This card heralds good news. Raoul is the angel of justice and harmony. He brings fairness and compassion to difficult situations and relationships with others. Very opposite from what my son is. I'm just kidding. A personal or work relationship could be clearing up soon. Perhaps someone has been annoying or agitating to you. Even hurtful or hostile situations will be on the mend. Some difficulties may have been an undercurrent of your life for a long time, creating a deep sense of injustice in you. If so, now is the time to change things. Speak your truth. Remember, speak your truth. Absolutely. And make reasonable and honoring requests. Your soul longs for you to heal your relationships with yourself and others. That's what this whole full moon is about. And Raoul is here to help. Excellent. This is great. Whether it's your spouse, your boss, a coworker, or a friend, this card is telling you that you do have the power to heal the energy of that relationship. Raoul blesses your intention to live in true harmony. And the affirmation for this is, Taurus, I deserve harmony in my life. I call on Raoul to help me bring greater peace to all my relationships. Amen. Wow. Celebrate. Get some of the self-love that you need, the self-care that you need, and focus on harmony and beautiful balance in your relationships. And you got this. This is a great week. This is a great time to get launched. All right, Taurus, happy birthday. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Watch The Freaking Weekend. That's posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you'd like a personal reading, tarot, astrology, or both, I got a little combo for you, 45 minutes of pure bliss. We go into tarot and astrology. We can do that in person or online. You can click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Taurus, celebrate. Especially if it's just you, because you deserve it. All right, I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Gemini, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to May 18th. So welcome, Gemini. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going great. You know what? It's almost your season, but hang tight. We got to take care of some things. This is the second week in a row that we don't have a lot of energy shifting around. And this gives us a time to kind of like slow down. Pluto retrograde last week definitely is telling us, It's time to take it all in, slow down a little bit. Let's assimilate this energy. And we have this full moon that's happening on the 12th, showing us things in our lives that we need to let go of, need to transform, need to be aware of. It's happening in the sign of Scorpio. It's a water sign. So it can be very emotional, it can be very intense. You know, a full moon is extra as it is by itself. And with the Scorpio influence, it can be even more extra. So pay attention to where this is happening. And this is happening in your 6th house. So this is your daily routine. So it's bringing to light an intensity about your daily routine. Is it too intense? What kind of shit can you take out of it to make it more enjoyable? Are you being productive? Or do you know you're being non-productive by just doom scrolling all day when you got a mountain of fucking laundry to do? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. It's like, why do you do that? You know, it's getting rid of procrastination. It's eating better. It's exercising. It's getting out there. It's changing that routine. And Scorpio is just like, listen, you know, here's the deal, Gemini. You got to do this. It may be a little intense, but we got to do this. And you can accomplish a lot by trimming the fat out of your daily routine, starting your day differently, starting your day on a positive note. You know what I mean? That is the key to having a fun-filled day. And that's the truth, man. Because if you wake up already like, you're going to spiral. Tell me you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's being more mindful of your routine. It's slowing down and going, wait a minute, why do I do this? Why do I get up and go, I'm always late. I'm stumbling all over everything. I forget shit. You know what I mean? It's like you're distracted and you got to do something about that with your energy. Now, the 6th house is opposite the 12th in astrology, okay? So if we have focus on the 6th, there's got to be some kind of focus on the 12th also. You just can't have one without the other. It's not the way that works in this 3D realm of ours, Gemini. So the 12th house is all about our subconscious. What is keeping us? What beliefs and thoughts are keeping us from changing our routine? So that's going to be a big focus for the rest of the month for you until the new moon, all right? So pay attention to that. But it also could be of service too. So this could be something that has to do with your job, what you do. All right, let's get a message from your guides, or your guide, you know. We have several. Ooh, I like this. I don't think I've ever gotten this card. Shamanic healer, cleansing, attunement. Damn. Number 17. Let's read about this. I've never gotten this card. So bully for you, Gemini. Bully. All right. The shamanic healer brings you, Gemini, beneficial energy and personal or professional news. Some forms of healing is coming your way. If you're dealing with physical issues, 6th house issues, the shaman is here to help. Difficulties of an emotional or psychological nature can be remedied through your connection with the powerful spirit guide as well. Even community or family concerns can be resolved. Meditate on the issue or the part of your body that may be problematic. Call upon the shaman to bring the eternal spirit, the divine healer, to you, and see or sense this power filling you up, clearing the problem, and bringing radiant light to you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Ask this healing spirit to give you guidance on what you can do to resolve this issue. Since the shaman often engages in certain emotional ritual, your process may be aided by lighting a candle, playing music, or burning incense or sage during your meditation. Or you might have something to say. Speaking, especially for you, Gemini, is important. Now here's the affirmation that goes with this. Interesting. I open my heart, mind, and body to the energy of the shamanic healer. Divine consciousness fills every cell, every thought, and every area of my life. Now say that affirmation every day in the morning when you get up and you watch what happens. Mark my words. Say that every day to the new moon. Shit, you could just say it for 3 days. It only takes 3 days. There's only, I think it's, I don't know how many seconds is it? Is it like almost like 30 seconds? If you focus on a thought for 30 seconds, it actually materializes. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of that. This is all about healing your routine and cleansing what no longer works for you on a daily basis so you can live a better, more fulfilled life. Wow. Okay. Let's get the vibe for you, Gemini, and see what is up. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Oof. All right. Anything else? Those cards came out weird. I wish you would have seen the way those came out. All right. How do we do this? All right. That's exactly how we do it. Okay. Yeah, they go in twos. All right, just like that. The 5 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Okay. We're worried. We have anxiety. This is what's going on in our routine. It's kind of fucking us up. All right. The 5 of Swords here is saying, listen, you gotta make a choice. Stop the worry. Stop the anxiety. Get excited. Know that worrying is wasting your energy. This could help. The reason why this is going on is because of the 9 of Wands. It is standing your ground. It is being defensive, but it's also not serving you as it should. You put up walls, they keep things out, good and bad. You've put up the walls to keep the bad out, but it also keeps the good out. You have to put up boundaries instead, firm boundaries. You need to speak your truth. You need to really be honest with yourself. You need to have a conversation with somebody or yourself, and to get rid of this. Okay? You got to work on that. And cutting cords from the past, too, because this could be a past issue. The Ace of Cups and the Fool, I really wanted to get to this, is a new beginning, especially filling your cup first. Maybe that's what you're going to do first thing in the morning, is take care of you first instead of running around. The Fool is don't be foolish. Don't be foolish by worrying. Don't be foolish by focusing on anxiety and being anxious. Don't be foolish by putting up your walls. Don't be foolish by not really doing something about this. Don't be foolish about putting yourself first. See what I'm saying? But a new beginning is at hand. This is a reset. 0. This is a reset, baby. And you can do this. And you're going to feel wonderful after you do. So all of this is for nothing. You've wasted your energy. Now it's time to shift that. And I think it starts with your routine. Mark my words. It starts with how you start your day. What energy are you putting out there as soon as you come out of your energetic slumber? You know what I mean? And you start to broadcast. And you're like, broadcast? I'm like, yeah, your vibe is a broadcast. What is it broadcasting? Some of you, heartache and loss. And we need to work on this. This is what's got you worried, and this is what's got you anxious, and this is what's got the wall up. But I'm going to tell you. I'm telling you. We've got to work on this. Now, we need balance. You need to focus on balance. Don't be foolish by focusing on the imbalance. And then this brings in harmony. So especially when it comes to love. So Geminis could be getting an opportunity in love here, if single, and alleviating that. 3, 6, 9, there's some manifesting going on here. What are you manifesting? Looks like some bullshit. But I think a lot of you are ready to just let go. of the disappointment and the heartache and all of that. All right? Again, you're cleansing. Allow the shamanic healer to help you in that area. All right. What do we got for love? Oh, good. Oh, wow. Yeah, an end to this. Anxiety. Let's get excited about the future. I know that things have happened, but it's time to cleanse that. You know, and for some of you, someone's going to strike like lightning, especially when it comes to a relationship. Boom, there it is. And the 10 of Pentacles and the World is completing a cycle here. I mean, this is great. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. But this is long-term, stable relationship. Yeah. That's good. So out of the darkness goes into the light. Really, but you got to heal this in order to move forward. Don't be foolish by holding on to this. I understand. But there's new beginnings here. There's no doubts about it, especially when it comes to relationships. New beginnings with self and relationships. It pays off. All right. All right. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got for messages of love for Gemini? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have for you? Leap of faith. Yeah, that Fool card, definitely. It's safe to make the move you're considering. However, there may be some interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. That may be causing all of this, but don't focus on it. You know what I mean? You feed the gossip monster and boom. Again, leap of faith. Don't be foolish. It's something you've been waiting for. Take it. Fate, this is a destined partnership. There's no doubt about that. This is whatever this is, work, relationships, whatever. You do the healing, it pays off. I'm telling you. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Gemini. That's an intense reading right there. It sure is. So good. All right. Wow, yeah, 2 wanted to come out. First of all, it's release. Perfect time to do that. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. Got some interference? Get fucking rid of it. Okay? Protect. Pay attention. You're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly. It's important, though, that you set healthy boundaries. With your energy before doing so. Now it's time to get some protection in place. Get the right kind of protection, not walls. Take that leap. It's something you've been waiting for. Boom. And there it is. Fate steps in. All right, Gemini, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays. I give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading, or both, I have a tarot and astrology reading combo, 45 minutes of deep diving into the next 6 months. We could do that in person or online. You can click the link in the description, and it will bring you to my booking page. Join the Vibe Tribe, too, where we are a growing like-minded community of high vibers helping each other raise the vibe. Lots of perks, too. Lots more coming down the pipe, too. So join now while you can. And yeah, Gemini, I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Do some healing. Cancer, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for May 12th all the way to May 18th. So welcome, Cancer. Hope you are doing well. We don't have a lot to talk about with astrology. We have for these 2 weeks, last week and this week, not too many energy shifts, but just one major big one that I'm sure you felt starting at the beginning of last week. I'm so confused with time, really. Making readings in advance really messes with my head. I don't know where I'm at. But yeah, last weekend, you kind of felt this coming up. Well, the weekend that just passed, like the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th, we were talking about that full moon. And it's ramping up to the 12th. That full moon is in Scorpio. And it's happening in your 5th house of romance and fun and joy. Children become a focus for you, but it's about joy. It's about what you love to do. It's also about what we put out there, the love that we give and the love that we receive. And with the full moon, it's a time to release. So you just may need to get some, you know what I mean? That release, or just going out and having fun. Again, there's that release. It's in Scorpio, a fellow water sign, so this could be a little bit more harmonious for you, but it could be very emotional. There could be some emotional weight that needs to be lifted. Maybe it's expectations in relationships, removing emotions where there doesn't need to be any, and just really adding the emotion of joy and the feeling of joy in your life and just having fun. This full moon is setting you up for the next 3 weeks to focus on fun and to make it a priority. Full moons are extra. Scorpio is really extra. So it could be intense, or there could just be some intense, feelings or excitement about something. So be aware of that. Full moons are excellent time to release. So let's get a message. There we go. From your guides. This is the Energy and Spirit Oracle. And this is Journey Guide with the number 22. Pay attention to 22. Travel and change in location. Interesting. Let's check it out. All right, Cancer, the Journey Guide brings the world to you. Anything from a short excursion, such as a weekend trip or conference, to an extended vacation or long-distance work assignment could be coming your way. This card could also signal a completely new residence or career location. This may be something you've been thinking about for a while, or it may be an unexpected opportunity that comes out of the blue. Either way, when the Journey Guide comes forward, this change in location bodes well. Everyone has a journey guide. Yours may be a past life connection with whom you traveled a long time ago, or it could be an angel or a loved one in spirit. Know that this entity is here to open up your world. Call on your journey guide for assistance with travel details, then relax and enjoy the trip. Okay, so relax and enjoy. That's the big theme for this week. The affirmation is this: my journey guide brings beneficial advice that takes me to wonderful new places and exciting adventures. Who wants to go on an adventure? I think it's time, Cancer. Maybe you're thinking of moving. Maybe you're thinking that travel for work is a viable option now, or it's just that, you know what, I need a fucking vacation and I'm going to take one, So be aware of that. Maybe you're making travel plans. Maybe you're saying this summer I'm going to travel. Either way, it bodes well for you. Okay, now let's get the vibe for the week, shall we? Let's do this. Thank you so much for being here, Cancer. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. Okay, anything else? All right, interesting. You got the Ace of Pentacles here. Oof. Okay. All right. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. This is what we got. Yeah, I think that would split up like that. Okay. Very good. Interesting. I'm liking the 2 aces. I'm liking the 10 of wands. This is moving forward. We close a door, one opens. I'm really loving that. Let's focus on this right now. Let's just go ahead of the game here. The 10 of wands, releasing your burdens. This could be travel also. I mean, she's literally moving, packing up. But do we need to carry all that baggage with us? That's the question. What baggage do we need to let go of? We're going to come back to that. But the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, this could be a new job opportunity. This could be a new opportunity in love. This could be a new opportunity to just fill your cup. There is an opportunity coming your way once you release whatever this is. Now, what we need to work on is very evident here. The Four of Swords is number one, you may need proper sleep. You may not be getting that. But what this also shows is the Four of Swords is getting some rest and putting some things to rest. Eight of Cups is that full moon energy of putting it in a bowl, walking away from it. The Hermit is out to say, use your inner guidance on what you need to release. You need no other tools in your toolbox. This may, the Four of Swords with the Hermit also shows a time of no more isolation. Now it's time to act on its wisdom. It's definitely moving forward here. Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles is what really establishes this. The Queen of Swords cuts all cords from the past, speaks her truth. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is, I deserve much better. The ace, the universe is handing you the ace, and the Queen of Pentacles is holding it. See what I'm saying? So, feet on the ground approach, being practical about this, and moving forward. And releasing the past. When you do that, you unburden yourself, and these two aces are presented. I mean, that's a great energy here. Showing that if you close one door, another one opens. That's just not a, saying. It's the truth. It literally is the truth for you this week. So, let's get some oracles. Let's see what they add to this. Anything else? Okay. Wow, the Hermit is out again. Ooh, that card was stuck together. I didn't even see that. All right, so look at this. It's time to put to rest and walk away from emotional loss. It's time to put to rest or walk away from conflict and defeat. It's time to use your wisdom. It's time to come out of solitude. New beginnings with the Fool here. And, of course, that looks like they're traveling. Again, lots of travel. Things moving forward here. Something's up. And partnerships and alliances. So it could be a new job. This is Three of Cups energy. That's also celebration. Cancer. What's going on here? We're finally moving on from this and really opening up to a whole new world, Did I see some? Yeah, I saw a card flipped over here. Okay, what else? And your journey guide is taking you there. I'm liking this. This is showing movement. This is showing progress, if anything. If it's not physical movement, it's progress in your life. All right, let's get some relationships and love. Let's see what's going on there. Let's see how this adds to this. We got the Ace of Cups, the Three of Cups. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right, how do I do this? Okay. It's definitely an end. It's an end to something here, especially when it comes to the past. That's the Six of Cups. It's something from the past, definitely. Especially past relationships. Gotta go. Pay attention to 555. The fives are saying we're at a halfway point here. And it's time to move forward. The momentum starts to build. Okay? It's about empowering yourself. Now we have the Ace of Swords with a new idea, a new fresh approach, something that you have learned from this situation. Page of Cups brings in an offer. Ace of Cups again. Something's up here. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. But the Wheel of Fortune, another 10, is saying it's time. Luck is on your side. I don't want to say luck. I say the universe is on your side. This is working and doing very well for you. Look at the aces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pay attention to 11, 11. The Wheel of Fortune. New beginnings here. You do see this unfolding, right? Are you getting excited? Or are you rolling your eyes? Because those two reactions will tell you exactly where the movement forward or where it's not going to be. You know what I mean? If you're rolling your eyes, you're still here. If you're getting excited, you're embracing that. Pay attention. Okay, let's get some messages of love. This is a great reading. It was like last week's, or was it the freaking weekend? I can't tell because they're all just boom, 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 boom. Wait, the timing is not quite right. Okay? You'll know when the timing is right. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. Okay. That's what we're probably moving on from. A lot of us are. Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Of course, we're not going to allow the past or other people from the past to interject into our new way of thinking and moving forward, especially when it comes to relationships. And longing, someone is secretly yearning for you. Well, it looks like they say, here, this is what I got going on. And I think you go for it. I'd think it'd be silly if you didn't, but hey, it's the past here that's got you hesitant. It's all right. It's all right. Move slow. There's no need to rush anything. Maybe that's what you did in the past and the boundaries were blurred and all of that. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Cancer. And it's step back. Okay. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. Okay, that's what the waiting is. To step back, and like the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, they both overlook what's going on here. Okay, what's the move? I've got opportunities. Do I take them? Have I tried this in the past and it didn't work out? And if it didn't, what did I do? There are opportunities this week. You are setting yourself up to the beginning of June for some fucking good energy. Open up to it. You heard it here first. And with this full moon in your 5th house, if you release this, you open up to joy, because this is all joy. This is good stuff. This is taking care of yourself. This is somebody taking care of you. It's reciprocal. It's fucking beautiful. Open up to it. Step back and get some perspective. All right, Cancer, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget that the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays. We cover Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading, or both, I got a nice 45-minute combo where we deep dive into the next 6 months. I could do that in person or online for you. Click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Cancer, look at all this. Beautiful energy. Open up to it. You deserve it. And have some fun. All right. Have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Leo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to the 18th, so welcome, Leo. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We're going to do a weekly tarot vibe check for you for the 12th to the 18th, and we're going to talk about astrology. We always bring in astrology. And we have a lot of fun doing it too. And then we get right to the tarot. So let's get right to the astrology. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a full moon on May 12th, Monday, and it's in the sign of Scorpio, a fellow fixed sign. There's 4 fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So, full moon in a fellow fixed sign. So it could be fixed. Of course, it's fixed. That means set in one way. Scorpio's intense. It's a water sign. It's emotional. Okay? And this is happening. This full moon is shining light. I look like I have jaundice. I've been messing with, I don't have jaundice, trust me. But I've been messing with the color and stuff. And yeah, that's going to drive me crazy. But trust me, folks, I'm tan and I don't have jaundice. But anyway, I need to mess with the saturation. Anywho, the full moon is in Scorpio. It's a water sign. And the moon shines light onto certain areas in astrology in your life. And in this full moon, Leo, there's going to be a focus on home, family, security, maybe doing things at home. It could also mean a balance of work and home life. The house of home is opposite the house of the public and work and career and all of that. So there might be a balancing act of making sure you're doing things at home and going out, and you know what I mean, and getting that done, or working too much and then you got to spend all day Sunday on your day off doing fucking laundry, shit like that. And the full moon can just make it. So now full moons are a little extra. A full moon in Scorpio is going to be even more extra. Okay, so it could be passionate. I mean, Leos can turn, some lemonade into some lemons into some lemonade. Want some, get some. But Scorpio is very intense, but it's very passionate, When I think of passionate Scorpio, I think of just Marvin Gaye playing, So anything goes. Maybe you're entertaining at home. But this isn't just that day. This is a longer effect. This is going to have an effect until the new moon, which is in June. The new moon in June. But this is happening in your 4th house. So maybe there's a focus, again, there's a feeling of letting go of things. Full moons are an excellent time to release. So you could be releasing some emotional stuff, especially when it has to do with home and family. Or you could just simply be throwing some shit out. Like my garbage day is on Friday. And I plan on throwing a lot of shit out. And I plan on doing that for most of the rest of May until Memorial Day. Maybe even a little bit in June to the new moon. But I'm like getting a dumpster. I'm like throwing shit out. I really want to put more focus onto my home. And it's aligning with that full moon. See how that works? All right, let's get a message from our guides, Leo. This is from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Let's see what they got to let us know about for this week. Thank you so much for being here. Wow, Aries got the same card. And I shuffled the shit out of these. Awkward. All right. Angels of the 7 chakras. This is all about power, knowing your truth, and connection. Now, the only way we're going to experience our power, our truth, and our connection is that if we balance these babies out. These are our chakras. They are 7 energy centers from the base of the spine all the way to the crown chakra. You could look at this as a Jacob's ladder in religion. You could also look at this as Kundalini energy, activating the spinal fluid. And these 7 chakras help regulate our energy field. We are energy. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And these chakras balance. And if our heart chakra is closed, and I've been saying this, if our heart chakra is closed, energy stagnates. And it usually comes to the lower three, which is insecurity, security. These are all childhood things too. Sacral is childhood, sex. Yellow is solar plexus, self-esteem. If that's blocked off, energy stagnates to the bottom and it puts us in a lower vibration. These are supposed to evolve. Okay? Now, let's move on here. What this is saying, first of all, I do have a lovely guided meditation to clear and balance every single one of these chakras. It's fantastic. It's on the channel here. I suggest you try it out, okay? I just did Aries, and Aries got the exact same card, and I shuffled these before I hit the camera, the start recording, unbelievable. So let's talk more about it. It's a reminder of the powerful presence of your archangels in your life. Consider the issues you're dealing with and call upon the appropriate angel for assistance. So let's go from the bottom up. Michael, Archangel Michael, is the root chakra. And he helps with time that you need strength or stamina. If you're dealing with feelings of insecurity, whether personal or financial, call on him. The sacral chakra is Ariel, and it assists with your fertility, family, and intimacy issues. She also helps with animals and pets. Shamil is the solar plexus. That's yellow. This is your life force energy center, so call on him if you have lost hope or enthusiasm, or even if you're having periods of low energy. He can also rekindle your interest in your goals and the excitement in your life. Now, the heart center, the bridge between the lower three and the top. It's Raphael, Archangel Raphael. And he's called the miracle worker. He brings healing to both emotional and physical issues. If you're recovering from some romantic wound, call upon his powerful energy. Gabriel is the throat chakra, and it rules communication of all sorts. Call on him for guidance in careers in media and writing. He can also assist you in changing your self-talk. Metatron is the third eye, and he's the record keeper and ruler of clear thinking. He will enlighten your mind and help you with the cognitive pursuits. And last but not least is the crown chakra, and that's Uriel. Brings greater connection with spirit. If you're working on mediumship or developing your intuition, turn to this powerful force. Wow. The affirmation for this is, Leo, my chakras are open to their perfect, healthy, vital state. Angels bring healing and balance to my body, mind, and spirit. Damn. We could stop right there with one card. You know what I mean? But we don't do that. We get the full vibe. We ain't fucking around. We want to know. Kings and queens. I know I say this almost probably every other reading, but don't you just love being a Leo? I mean, I'm pretty sure Gemini say that about themselves. Yeah, but ain't nothing like being a Leo. I just love being a Leo. I fit it. The mold fits me very well. I love it. All right. Let's get the vibe, Leo. Ooh. There we are right there. Strength card. Boom. What else do we have for Leo's energy this week? What do we need to know? Anything else? There's one. Yeah, there it is. Okay. What do we have? Wow. Okay. Wow. Look at this. Holy shit, Leo. All right. Wow. Let's talk about it. The thing in the middle is what we have to focus on, and this is the Hierophant. And this is saying to have faith. What are we learning here from this situation? What have we learned? Have faith. That's at the crux for this whole week. Okay? Six of Cups is the past. It's also reminiscing. Childhood issues. Eight of Cups. Walking away from what no longer serves you. A good time to do that at the full moon. Another 8. You are strong enough. That's you. That's your strength. Strength and faith to walk away from these issues that no longer serve you. Probably about your childhood or past relationships. Your faith is carrying you through this. The Two of Pentacles. Now, everything's pentacles here, okay? Two of Pentacles is trying to juggle finances or the situation. The Eight of Pentacles is saying, put in the work to balance this out. And the Six of Pentacles is the universe saying, open your hands and we'll fill it. You see the 8 here. You see that, right? You see that. 8, 8, 8. That's abundance. Have faith. You're strong enough to get through all of this. Your issues with abundance, it's coming. It's on its way. Have faith. And your issues of releasing past whatever it is, you're strong enough to do that. It is time. 888 is abundance, payoff. Opening up to that because of your faith. Wow. Fuck. Wow. Pay attention to 888. Oh my God, I just realized this. Your card is 35. 5 plus 3, 6, 7, 8. Yo. I'm ringing that fucking bell. Wow. You feel that? I feel that. I feel that. Let me know in the comments. I mean, I feel that. Wow. This card just went flying. The Lovers. Solitude. Trust your inner wisdom. You have the answers within. Maybe going within helps get rid of this. Prosperity with the Ace of Pentacles now. The universe is like here. And the Lovers. Harmony. Pay attention to 6, 6, 6. That's relationships. Balance in relationships. Harmony. In all things. Have faith. Wow. Leo. Wow. All right, let's get love. I saw that card flip over. All right. All right. It's time to stop wasting your energy, your thoughts on what's going on here. You're strong enough to walk away from this. Again, 5 of Swords is walking away. You see how he's walking away from the battle? You've won. You're not stuck. It's time to walk away from that. You're strong enough. Another 8. Ingia. 888. 4 of Cups. Do not pass up this opportunity that's coming your way with the Ace of Pentacles here. Because of your stuck mentality, your lack of opening up to abundance, and your faith in the universe, it will pass you by. And I tell you this, act as if, Queen of Pentacles, holding that pentacle that the Ace of Pentacles brings, because you deserve it. Unbelievable. 8 of Wands, another 8. Things are moving fast. Communication coming in. 3 of Cups, celebrating. What the fuck? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 8s. 6 8s. 6. 6. 6. Wow. Excellent. Looks like relationships can be changed. Do not turn your back on this. Listen, everything is saying you're strong enough for this. Open up to abundance and have faith. That's the message. You need to clear what stops you from walking away from what no longer serves you, especially about past relationships, about being strong enough and having that confidence, to having faith, and to opening up to abundance. All right. We've got messages of love. What do we have here? All right, go slow. Take time to get to know each other. All right, there's no need to rush. There's no need. Let the energy flow. Go with the flow. Play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. There's a lot of enjoyment going on here. Don't turn your back on the opportunity available for that. And fate. This is a destined partnership. Sure seems like it. Reciprocating energy, partnership. This looks Leo. Balance those chakras. Look at what happens. Have faith. Do not turn your back on any opportunities right now. Do not. The 8 in the back of the 6 here. Again, look at that. Also, the 8, of course, because this is the 8 card, but she's also got it tattooed on her forearm. I mean, this is just, the 8s have it. Look it up. It's abundance. It's so much. It's so much. All right, let's get a closing message. This is a perfect example of you can't make this shit up. You can't. Open up to this, Leo. If you're not experiencing this in your reality, pay attention to the message. It tells you how. All right, let's get a closing message. Boom, 2. There's a huge thing of slowing down here, okay? Pay attention to that. Life isn't a race, Leo, nor is it a competition. You need to slow down. Doing so doesn't make you weak or less than. It makes you strong, wise, and much better able to navigate life with clarity and ease. You need that. Slow down a little bit, especially when it comes to the relationship thing here. And open up, because you're never going to, whether you're going fast or slow, it's always going to be, not if you open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls, and trust that what they want's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways when you decide to open up. And that's what changes things, with your strength and faith, and not turning your back on an opportunity here for you. Fuck. That's great energy. Leo, let me know in the comments how this works out for you, how this relates to you. Because this is just unbelievable here with all the 8s. It's telling you something. All right. We're going to, open up and slow down a little bit. Again, this is that time to slow down, to release the time, the time constraint, because time is an illusion. Slow it down if you need to, but take it in, Leo, and start working towards it. Something is working out here for you, Congratulations in advance. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget that the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesday. That's when I give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And if you'd like a tarot, astrology, or even both, I got a nice combo in person or online. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Leo, I love you all. Open up, slow down, and trust. And don't turn your back on this opportunity. And I will see you on the weekend. Virgo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to the 18th. So welcome, Virgo. Hope you are doing well. How's things with you? We've got this full moon going on, and it's going to be happening on the 12th in the sign of Scorpio. And it is highlighting your third house. So Scorpio can be a little intense. Now, we have a full moon that can be a little extra. We have Scorpio that can be intense and extra. And it's shining light in your third house. So this could affect you in different ways. Main thing is it's communication. Second, traveling, moving around, getting things done. You might be going on an impromptu short little trip or something. You know what I mean? But communication takes the forefront here. It also could be involving your brothers and sisters too. So they may be part of what's going on with that full moon energy. But that's what it kind of shines the light on, is third house issues. Maybe writing things down. Maybe starting to write a book, something like that. Communication is key. So if you're waiting for communications, good. Let's be careful of how we communicate too, because, you know, Scorpio is a water sign. It can be very intense and emotional. It can be very passionate, but again, emotions could overrun things. So just be aware of that, because this full moon's going to be intense. So I'm not going to lie about it, you know. So just be aware of that. And again, if you're asked to go out, you know, and have some fun, go do it. All right, look, and this is a message from your guides from the Energy and Spirit Oracle, and it popped right out to tell you relaxation. Look at that new moon. That's what you're going to be doing to the new moon, is relaxing. Peaceful pursuits and happy times. Sounds fucking great. Excellent. So, let's get a look onto this. This card is calling you to take a time out. Life may have been very busy for you lately, but now is the time to slow things down a bit. Now, we've been talking about slowing things down with Pluto going retrograde last weekend. You know what I mean? It's very important for us to start to slow down. When some free time pops up, instead of adding more things to your to-do list, consider your relaxing options. Listen to music, take a walk in the park, or just snooze in the sun. It'll make a world of difference in your personal energy. Another message here is the encouragement to have more fun. Include more socializing in your schedule. Meet with friends that make you laugh. Carve out some time for a vacation. Join a sports team, a dance club, or an art class. Commit to something that makes you happy. When you relax and engage in more joyous activities, you'll open your life to even greater experiences of bliss. Wow. The affirmation for this is, I am weaving more fun and relaxation into my life. My peaceful pursuits expand my spiritual connections, and I am grateful. I like that. I like that a lot. From now until the full moon, and basically for this summer, start to relax and pursue happy, peaceful things for you to do. Okay? Excellent. This full moon may have just be like, all right, that's your breaking point. Okay, I'm going on a little mini vacay. I'm not taking anybody with me. Could very well be, and you deserve it. All right, let's get the vibe. I like this. Okay. Yeah, I like this a lot. Wow. Okay. Eight of Cups. Perfect energy for a full moon. Walking away from what no longer serves us. especially being emotionally invested in said situation. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords is bringing in an idea here, communication. It's also giving you a new idea how to handle this, and that's when you decide to ixnay on the shitsnay, you know? King of Pentacles to the Emperor. This is very grounded, very, I'm taking action, and I'm being practical about it. So this is great. You're stepping into your mode here and communicating very effectively. The Seven of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles, that's great. Could be a lot of work going on here. Maybe you're putting your time and energy to things that are paying off, and it does with the Three of Pentacles. So that's basically the whole message here, is walk away from things that no longer serve you, take the action to do it, and whatever you put your time and energy that you know is going to pay off is going to pay off. That's fantastic. All right, let's get some oracles. Let's just sprinkle a little bit more info onto this for you, Virgo. I like it. I like it. It's very determined energy. It's very, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on new plans. I'm going to make this happen. I'm digging it. I'm digging this you this week. All right, let's see. All right, we've got emotional loss. We're walking away from that. And if you're not, it's time. Wow. Again, the Emperor's out. That's saying take your power back over that. That's the new approach. That's letting go of this. I'm taking my power back. Positive movement forward with the Eight of Wands, and that is also communication, is key, especially because of this full moon happening in your third house. And material harvest. Yeah. Nine of Wands there. That is allow abundance into your life. That's not Wands. That's Pentacles. What am I saying? Right? Green is emotions. Red, I'm pretty sure is, because that wouldn't be the Nine of Wands. No, Eight of Wands is positive movement forward. Yeah, so there it is. Let down your walls, okay? But allow abundance into your life, because those walls can't be up there. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that kind of stumped me for a minute there. It's like, hold on a minute. All right, let's look at love and relationships. Let's see what's going on with that. What do we have for Virgo? Anything else? I think there's like one more in there. There it is. Justice. Okay. Wow, we got a lot of major cards here. So a lot of major things going on. The Death and Rebirth card is a time to end this emotional loss. It's time to heal it with the Star. The universe has your back, empowering you to take this move. Four major cards in this, so this is a big deal. King of Cups, again, regulating our emotions, trusting our intuition. So again, not letting those emotions boil up, keeping a balance on things. And the World card. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio. Scorpio or Aquarius. Oh my God, either one was right. Jesus. But yeah, open up. You could be traveling to somebody or something like that. Could have been a no contact with somebody. Here, Virgo. All right, let's get some messages of love. But what this looks like is, once we let go of, there's a big emotional investment here that's not working. It's not allowing you to have peace in your heart or to be happy. It's actually done the opposite. So now when you let that go and you work on to let that go and build your power and take steps to not focus on it, wow, does that change? Okay. Decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. And many of you are, which is good. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. The universe is saying, we got you. That's how you empower yourself. To not let this emotional loss affect your future and your present, Longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. Like I said, there could be a no contact there. You may be seeing that person soon. And mastery. You've learned this spiritual lesson. Things work out. The world is completing a cycle here. Very good. So just relax. You know, the pentacle energy here is deep. It's saying, let's get this going, you know? Let's get this going. All right. Check in. Check in. When you think about whatever it is you're pondering, take a moment to check in to see how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier? Excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. Again, making the decision to move out of things that no longer make you feel good or bring you happiness. Because if it's not, you do need to let it go. And have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything's going to be okay. Yet still, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. So just have faith, relax this week. Big message, but the big thing here is to decide to let anything that's causing you emotional turmoil or loss, and finally letting that go to open up to better energy for you, Virgo. And that's possible. Check in to see how you feel about it. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading or both, I got a great tarot and astrology combo, 45 minutes of pure bliss, checking out the next 6 months. And we could do that in person or online. So click the link in the description and it will bring you to my booking page. All right, everybody, you have a great week. Relax and enjoy yourself and let go of anything that doesn't bring you joy. And I will see you on the weekend. Libra, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. That's right. And this tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to May 18th. So welcome, Libra. Thank you so much for being here. Are you excited? You ready to find out what all this full moon energy is going to be about? This full moon that's happening on the 12th is in Scorpio. It's a water sign. Full moons are extra. Scorpio is fucking extra. You know, so if you add these two together, you know, it could be emotional volatility, if you want to use big words. But what you can call it is an emotional shit show. Or it could just be a time where you're feeling passionate about things. Again, there's a yin and a yang to this energy. You know, it can be intense. You know, collectively, the energy is ramping up. You felt that beginning of this week, last week, I should say. God, it's hard to be making readings for the future while you're in the present. It really is. It really fucks with your head. And as I get older, I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing sometimes, you know? But let's talk about it. It could be intense. And this full moon that is asking us to release anything, maybe emotional, maybe intensity, obsession, something like that. This is happening, shedding some light, shining in your second house of finances, value, what you value, what makes you secure. Is it money? Is it things? Is it people? Is it a feeling inside? It starts there. It's self-worth. It's being nicer to yourself. It's also reaping the benefits of some reward of some kind. Going out there, getting a job, making some more money, side hustle, something like that. You know, things come into focus then. So pay attention for that. Second house also is opposite the 8th. So it could be focusing on finances, dialing down debt. Great. Allowing abundance to flow into your life. That may be a theme with this full moon. But it's also about how you value yourself and healing that part of yourself that talks down to you. You know what I mean? It's the self-esteem house. Okay. These cards fell out, and when I went to try to pick them up, they're like, "No, put us back in the deck." Okay, we will. All right, we'll shuffle it again, Libra, and we'll get a message from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. And this will kind of set the tone for this week. There it is. Mindfulness. The first card. I like that. It just feels good. Peaceful presence, quiet mind. Number 1 is a new beginning. Maybe that's what you're doing. This full moon is in all the midst of chaos. You are keeping a nice, peaceful presence. That's good. Grace, showing yourself some grace. I like that. All right. Libra, within you is peaceful. Within you is a peaceful place, a quiet space where nothing is troubling or worrisome. It is where your personal self connects with the truth and awareness of your soul. There is nothing to solve, nothing to predict, nothing to think about. In fact, to attain this peaceful presence, thoughts are not required. The practice of mindfulness calls for you to let go of thinking, let go of striving, and choose to be peacefully present without judgment or analysis. Your soul is a truly powerful cosmic energy, perhaps the greatest power you possess. When you release your personal striving and worry, you automatically move into the vibrant, receptive state of trust and peace. That's important. This card is telling you that now is the time, the only time to choose peace. Let go of judgment, worry, and the need for control. Then take a deep breath and choose to live in your trusting heart. That pervasive peace will bring profound happiness and radiate an absolutely irresistible vibration. Damn. It is really telling you to quiet your mind, to really not worry about things, and to go with the flow. That brings that balance. The affirmation is this. Repeat it all this week. I quiet my mind. I let go of all concerns and breathe deeply. I live in the tranquil space of eternal trust and surrender. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Libra. All right. Get some mindfulness, yo. Okay? And all this intensity, with all the storm going around, you quiet the storm. I like that. I really like that for you, Libra. Be a peaceful presence. You know, there are a lot of Libras that do have that peaceful presence already there. And then they open their mouth. You know? I'm just kidding. All right, I don't have to worry about my cards lighting on fire because I have electronic candles now. So, only because I read that, you know, scented candles and candles in general, when you're in the vicinity like this, can really fuck with you. You know, they're just these two fire sources just burning shit in front of me. And, you know, I've always wondered about that. You know, I'm in an enclosed space. And then I started seeing videos about it. And I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm going to switch to this. Now I don't have all these carcasses of old candles all over my house, you know? So now I just click them on and click them off, you know? Yeah, sure, it may look cheesy, but hey, y'all, you know, you don't need me fucking passing out dead right on the table. It'd be horrible. All right, let's get this together for you. This looks great. However, there's a little bit of a hiccup, but I think we got this. Okay, let's do this. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Jesus Christ almighty. My God. Oh, my God. All right. Wow. Here we go, Libra. First of all, we're going to focus on this. The Knight of Pentacles. An excellent time to get moving, to actually get some stuff done. You know, this looks, you know, he's spreading his seed. So you interpret that however you want. And but it's also a message of slow and steady, guys. Slow down. I've been talking about that the last couple of weeks with this Pluto retrograde, is collectively telling us to slow down and take in this energy. The devil is saying, don't be tempted to stay in this thought pattern of not enough. It's time with a new idea. Ace of Swords, excellent. There's communication of all sorts coming through here. It's going to be very beneficial. Queen of Swords is also, turning your back on the past. Don't look at past events. This is how you quiet your mind. You really let go of the past. It's a slow and steady course, though. But I'm going to tell you something. The Page of Cups is bringing in an offer here. And the Lovers and the Ten of Cups, I mean, that's great energy that we could be stepping into. Slow and steady. We need to change the way that we're thinking about certain things. And I'm pretty sure because it's in this area, and that's usually the past for me when I read. So be aware of that, okay? Let's get some oracles and see what they add to this. This energy looks good. So there's communication. There's going to be opportunities, especially when it comes to relationships and love, just feeling good about that, leveling up. And don't let the past kind of haunt you in some way, All right. Okay. Look at the mental conflict. Interesting. The mental conflict and the triumphant success knock these two cards out of the way. So mental conflict will push relationships and happiness away. You need a new idea, a way of handling this. And the Ace of Swords is out again. You see, like normally I wouldn't do that, but for some reason it really wanted me to point out that visual of mental conflict pushes all that away. You need a new idea. I attract beautiful love to me. My relationships are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. And we have the Ace of Swords out again. Okay, suffering in silence. Don't be tempted to do that. Don't be tempted. See, I look at the devil as temptation. That's all it is. Look at, the puppet on the strings. Don't be tempted to stay in this mental conflict. You need a new idea. Don't be tempted to suffer in silence. Queen of Swords cuts all cords, okay? Also, trust your intuition. Let it guide you. And definitely spiritual strength here, okay? Pay attention to these messages here. It's very important. So communications, new way of thinking, brings a lot of joy and happiness. And you saw what mental conflict does to relationships. Knocks it right out of your view. I really love that. I'm glad. Normally I wouldn't focus on something like that, but I think it was very relevant. Ooh, that card did that. I'm interested to see what this card is that flew out on the floor, because the way that it flew out, almost like it fluttered. It was beautiful. Let's see what it is. Ha! It's the Three of Swords. So something that fluttered out like that definitely is showing the problem here for you. And that is still focusing on some stuff from the past. We have to let that go. You have to let that go. I say use your spiritual strength. Again, another 9. Pay attention to the 9s. 9, 9, 9. You're almost there. Do not turn your back on opportunity, especially when it comes to love and relationships and healing this part of yourself, quieting your mind. The King of Cups is saying regulate your emotions. You can be very emotional. Regulate that, okay? Have faith. This also shows a great union between two people. Queen of Wands, initiate some change here. That's what it's going to take. Page of Cups, again, comes in with an offer. And the Sun, Leo energy. Queen of Wands is Leo energy too. Just shining as brightly as the sun. There is no negative or positive with the Sun card. It is beautiful. Opening up to relationships. This is what it's showing me here, is that I think you're ready to do this. I think you're ready to move on fully from the past, which gives you that peace of mind. But don't wait for it. Say it now. I quiet my mind. Say that affirmation that we did. Let's see. Let's do it one more time. I feel it's relevant to say that again, too. Here it is, kids. Write it down. Say it. Put it on your fridge. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Say it all the time. I quiet my mind. I let go of all concerns and breathe deeply. I live in the tranquil space of eternal trust and surrender. Let's get some messages of love. I love this reading for you. It is very healing. It's very rewarding here too. So this till the next new moon, you got some stuff going on here. Healing old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. So there it is. That's where you need to look, and that's where you need to take care of that. Mastery, you've learned the spiritual lesson. Yeah, there's a lot of spiritual strength here, and trusting your intuition pays off. Acceptance, everything happens for a reason. Surrender, quieting your mind. This is beautiful energy, Libra. Allow yourself the time to heal and move into it. To receive that mindfulness. Damn. All right, let's get a closing message for you. What a great reading. Fantastic. All right, there it is. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got 2. Nice. Break free. Libra, you're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. And damn, does that work. And now create. You're being asked to connect to your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs extra attention right now, and it needs to be expressed in a bigger way. Boom. Create the life you want instead of sitting around waiting for it. That's the key. All right, Libra, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget that the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading, or both, I got a nice tarot and astrology combo, 45 minutes of deep diving into the next 6 months. We could do that in person or online. You can book yours by clicking the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. And join the Vibe Tribe, a growing community of like-minded individuals. And I will be throwing all kinds of cool stuff for you guys in the Vibe Tribe this summer, so stay tuned for that. All right, Libra, open up and create this life and get some peace of mind, because this looks like great energy starting to roll in. Fucking fantastic way to start the summer. I love you all. Be safe, and I will see you on the weekend. Scorpio, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to May 18th, so welcome, Scorpio. How you doing? Is this full moon okay? Is this full moon energy with you all right? Is this a... I'm just a little concerned, Full moons are intense, and you can be intense too, Scorpio. So I hope that you're utilizing this energy in a great way for yourself. It could be a focus on yourself and relationships with this full moon. Remember, full moons shed light onto situations. What do we need to be aware of? Do we need to take care of ourselves more? The first house is about appearance. It's not like you're trying to impress anybody. You do that naturally. But what about when you look in the mirror? Do you feel like you have imposter syndrome maybe, or something of that nature, where you can better yourself? It could be simply just taking care of yourself, getting your hair cut, getting your hair done, going out and buying a couple outfits. It's to make yourself feel good. When you feel good about yourself, the world responds in kind. Did you ever notice that? Did you ever notice when you're feeling good and having a good day that the whole day kind of just mimics that whole energy? Pay attention to that. That's important for you. Okay? First house full moons are a time to really say, all right, what can I let go of? I have this obsessive tendency to fill in the blank. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of that. But the first house is opposite the 7th house, and that is other people, relationships. So it's how you deal with others. So be careful on how you deal with this energy. You may be seeing some people drop off the board, something like that. So full moons can bring some spontaneous, unexpected energy, but just navigate it the best way you can. Okay? All right, Scorpio. That's about it for the astrology for the week, and this is setting up for the next 3 weeks till beginning of June. So utilize this energy wisely. All right. And let's get a message from your guides. This is from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Let's see what they got to say for you this week, Scorpio. What is it? What do we have? All right. 31. Beneath the surface. Hidden truths, something unknown. You see that iceberg? You see it on the water. You think, all right, well, we can go around that. And then you see the bottom of it. Interesting. There's more than meets the eye. But let's go ahead and read further on this. All right. The beauty of the iceberg on this card is the fact that there's more going on beneath the surface than might not. Well, all right, let's go back. Let's read this again. The beauty of the iceberg on this card is the fact that there's more going on beneath the surface, and it might not be as innocent as it seems. There could be something unknown in a relationship or a business situation. Perhaps a friend or a lover is hiding some important information from you, or maybe some action is being taken at work that you don't know about yet. The warning here is to listen to your intuition and be conscious of what's happening around you. Don't panic and become suspicious of everyone. Just take things one step at a time and allow yourself to peacefully investigate what's going on. You're great at doing that. Getting all the information you need to make any important decisions first. Finally, you may be hiding something from yourself. Now, there's that first and seventh house dynamic there. Are you lying to yourself? Perhaps ignoring some addiction or negating your value, power, or deserving? Look beneath the surface for any unhealthy thought or behavioral patterns. Be honest with yourself and others, and you'll be much more honest, and they'll be much more honest with you. So, again, there's something underneath the surface here, and full moons can uncover that shit. So be aware of it. Be prepared. Do your research. Don't go around being accusatory, because Scorpio has that tendency to be very paranoid. So just be aware of that. We don't want to get to that point. We want to get down to the bottom of it. All right, let's get the vibe for you this week, Scorpio, and see what the vibe is. Anything else? All right, well, all the cards are face down except the Two of Cups here. Interesting. Let's see how this all fits. All right. Wow. Okay. Wow. Definitely feeling good about yourself. What you embrace with this energy is victory. Victory and success. Knowing you're deserving of it, not victim mentality. Okay? Page of Cups is bringing in an offer. Page of Cups with the Eight of Wands here is Cupid's arrow. Big time. Big time communication coming in. Nine of Pentacles is acting as I deserve it. Again, that winning attitude works with the Nine of Pentacles here. And the Two of Cups, something coming together. Maybe business, something that hasn't been, something that's been hidden will no longer be. I'll tell you that right now. And you'll be celebrating because of it. This is good energy. Wow. All right, let's get some oracles and see what they got to say. This bodes well for relationships. I don't know. For you single Scorpios, I think a message is coming in. That's Cupid's arrow. The Page of Cups is Cupid. Eight of Wands is the arrow. I mean, there it is. I think it hinges on you opening up and being deserving of it. All right, universe, let's go. Show me how good it can get. Maybe that's what you need to be honest with yourself, All right. Movements, choices, and decisions. You got plenty of those to make right now. Okay. This will bring balance. Start focusing on balance. Start saying, thank you for my balanced life. Hope. Got to have that. Got to hold on to it. Got to know that you are deserving of good things. The Four of Wands is great energy. Two of Cups to the Four of Wands. That's great. Focus on home. Stabilizing things. This is good energy. How does that fare with beneath the surface? Beneath the surface, this beautiful energy has been there all along. And I think maybe it's time for you to uncover it. You know what I mean? And then you open up to it. It's all about arms raised in a V for victory, not victimhood. All right, let's get some messages about love and relationships and what's going on with this. I mean, the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands. You know, that could be long-term marriage, stability, moving in together, something like that. Now, you got to work on this. The hidden truth is you may be stuck in a perspective that needs to change. Your perspective needs to change. Yeah. Holy shit. So you got to make that movement, that decision, that choice for victory. Okay. When you do, you feel very empowered because you're putting in the work, you know, beautiful energy of feeling empowered. You're really, 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 really doing this. And now we have faith and hope, of course. And the Hierophant here also shows a sacred union. So something is afoot here. Again, communication's coming in. Maybe you need to communicate. Maybe you need to make the communication. Whatever it is, it's coming in. And you change your perspective, which brings about this business relationship, new relationship. Something is uncovered here. Messages come in. Interesting. All right, let's get some messages of love. Speaking of messages, let's see what we got here beneath the surface. Okay, warning. Don't dismiss the red flags here. Do not stay stuck in a perspective, or you'll never see this transpire the way it should. Interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. All right, maybe you need to communicate and make some movements and choices away from people. Maybe that's what's hidden beneath the surface, is that somebody's trying to fuck with your vibe. All right? Integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? You're only going for your high bar stuff. You're not lowering your bar or standards in any way, shape, or form, and you don't have to. That's a big message for some of you. And regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. That could come back up with this communication, but I'm going to tell you something right now. If it was a shitty relationship then, it's going to be a shitty relationship now. And anything that they do say should only give you closure and not entice you back into this, whatever this was. You know what I mean? So be aware of that. But all in all, you're getting a different view that, you know what? I've allowed myself a certain shitty energy. I've allowed myself to have these foxes in the hen house, and now I'm exposing all of that, and I'm moving towards a better future. Within the next 3 weeks, before summer begins, holy shit, are things going to change for you single Scorpios? So be aware of that. You heard it here first, because it's happening. And the messages are going to be very clear. You know, you're not going to have to guess. There is something beneath the surface here, and it's coming up to fruition. And I think now this week sets the stage for that. And you are going to be so happy when it does. I love that. So have no fear. All right, let's get a closing message for this week for you, Scorpio. Lots to unpack here. Let's see how we all close it up. What do we have? There we go. Thank you very much. Abundance, absolutely, with that Nine of Pentacles, that victor mentality, because victim mentality won't get you abundance. You're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step towards receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it's on its way. And that's everything, Scorpio. Money, career, love, friendship, whatever it is. You need to open up to it. You need to believe you're deserving of it. And you need to believe that it will flow to you. That's what this whole message is saying. Your perspective is flawed. Open up a new avenue towards abundance and prosperity and a fucking good relationship. Summer Lovin' had me a blast. You'll be singing that in September. All right, Scorpio, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there, too. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading, or both, I have a tarot and astrology combo, 45 minutes to deep dive into the next 6 months. We could do that in person or online. Click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Scorpio, there's something beneath the surface, and somebody is going to tell you exactly how they feel about you. Open up to it because you deserve it. It's time. All right, Scorpio, have a great week. I love you all, and I'll see you on the weekend. Sagittarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to May 18th, so welcome, Sag. Hope you're doing well. We got a full moon creeping up on us, and if you watch the freaking weekend, we talked a little bit about that, and we're going to go more in depth with it. So May 12th is a full moon in Scorpio, water sign. All right, so water can put out fire, or fire can boil water. Full moon's a little extra. With a moon in a water sign, it's a little bit more extra. And because it's Scorpio, it's always extra. You know what I mean? Scorpio can be very extra. So let's talk about it. This is shedding light in your 12th house. So this is more of the mind, the subconscious more than anything. And when I look at a full moon in somebody's 12th house, it doesn't matter what sign it is always a good time for some mental cleanup. What are you holding up in there? In that head of yours? What's rolling around? What program is still running when your operating system doesn't handle that anymore? You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it that way. The 12th house is all about those mental beliefs that no longer work for you. And you know there is some that need to be cleared out, and it's time to do that. It's not like I'm telling you it's time to do that. This is a perfect time to do that. Doing some mental cleanup, and especially about how you treat yourself and how you talk to yourself. Are you too hard on yourself? Do you try to control every fucking aspect to where it's exhausting and you can't even enjoy life as you should? You know what I'm saying? It's a great time to release that. Negative self-talk. Put it out to the curb. You achieve that this week. You really work on that for the rest of the month, and you will be surprised how your summer turns out. I guarantee it. Because it frees you up to think more positive, loving things that you deserve in your life. All right. And that's it. That's all we got for this week. So we've had kind of like a 2-week break of just this intense full moon. And it's a time to release. Release, carry on. Get ready for the new moon. Get ready for the summer. I don't know, Sag, are you? I'm getting ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. All right. Let's get a message from your guides. This is from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Thank you so much for being here, Sag. I love you. I love you all. And your guides do too. All right. We have Archangel Zadkiel. And this is the Archangel of self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. It's really funny because, you know, at the center, it's a big white house, old big Victorian house, with an addition in the back that I have most of the center at. But in the front of the house, upstairs lives a guy named Lucas. And that looks like him. Hey, Lucas. But that is the Archangel of self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. Again, 12th house issues. See what I'm saying? Let's read more about this. Number 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. Growth. All right. Zodiac is the angel of compassion and forgiveness, and he brings an important message about your attitude toward yourself. If you tend to be too hard on yourself or relive your past mistakes with shame and self-reproach, Zodiac showers you with the light of love, of self-forgiveness. This card reminds you how your self-perception influences your energy. If you're quick to fault yourself, your energy becomes darkened with your own disapproval, and that darkness returns to you. But Zodiac is a supremely loving being, and he's longing for you to forgive and accept yourself, no matter what you may have done in the past. Treat yourself with compassion and be encouraging in your self-talk. You are a child of God, and you deserve your own loving acceptance just as you are. Fuck. That's exactly what's going on with this full moon here. And the affirmation is this: Zodiac brings loving compassion to my life. I completely release the past, and I forgive myself and others. Fuck yeah. That's what you need to do this week. Go back and listen to that, okay, in case you weren't paying attention and now you are, because that's important. That'll set the whole theme for this week. It goes right along with the Scorpio full moon. Sad you can't make this shit up. And congratulations. That's good for you. That's good when you're moving with that energy flow. So don't fight it. Work with it. All right? Okay. Let's get the vibe for the week. Let's get this tarot reading rolling. How? Let's do it. Ooh. Just destroying these cards. Anything else? Nope. Okay. All right. All right. This week, I really want you to protect your energy. Okay. I know you got some great ideas. I think you should go with them. You may be having this this thing of walking this fine line of, I know I have to, I'm the rhythm of my record with the Page of Swords here. There's also communication coming in too about many of the ideas that you have. But I want you to protect your energy. 7 of Wands is saying protect your energy. You see all those wands poking at that girl's bubble? Nah. Protect your energy. Trust your intuition. You know what I'm talking about, especially about this situation. So trust your intuition. Messages coming in. King of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles here is taking action. You're strong enough to do that with the King of Wands. And the 9 of Pentacles, with your wisdom, knowing that once you plant the seeds and you nurture them and you pay and you keep feeding them your desires, your dreams, and eventually they will bear fruit. But it's gonna cause some change. To put up your boundaries, something that you probably don't do, and you need to do that. You need to trust your intuition on who you allow into your life and who you don't. You know what I mean? But it's really time to make a change and open up to abundance big time. And not keeping low vibe people around. That's a big message for some of you. And you know what? Have compassion, forgive them. You just move forward. You know what I'm saying? And that also goes with, having that for yourself too. That self-acceptance. Wow. All right. Yeah. Emotional loss. So we see what's going on here. Let Zodiac heal you from that too. It's time to put it to rest. I want you to go outside and ground. I want you to go commune with nature this week. That's how you protect your energy. You don't need to put up walls. Boundaries are definitely in the mix. It's time. Let's move towards our destiny. You have an idea of where you want to go, and I say it's a good idea. I keep saying that. So that may be a specific message for one of you Sagittariuses out there, but all you have to do is focus on victory and success, and you'll have the recognition and reward you deserve with the Three of Pentacles. So step into it. 3, 6, 9, manifesting something here. Wow. All right. Damn. Fire signs readings have been literally on fire. That's great. And yours is no exception to the rule. Because you're on fire. Open up to this energy. You know, if you can't see where this energy is going, then that means you have to release some emotional negative patterns that you have. And it's a perfect time to do that. It's negative energy. And it's a learned behavior, you know. Again, that's where the forgiveness and the compassion comes in. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, look at that. Yeah. The universe is saying to be patient with yourself, too. Be very patient, especially when it comes to your relationships. And create boundaries, all right? Now, we need to put in the work. We need to try something different here. You know, I also get the message of some of you might be actually turning a hobby into a business. Again, that could be for some of you. Page of Pentacles, another page bringing in an opportunity, messages coming in. That's going to really make you happy. Knight of Wands, action. Knight of Wands to the King of Wands, taking action. And the Ten of Cups, Jesus, that's great. That's great energy here. Payoff, big time, especially when it comes to love. Be patient, trust, make the moves you need to make. But I really, really, really want you to release and forgive. Go out in nature. Make it, set some time for yourself. Make it a priority. And you will thank me for it. Thank yourself for it. Don't thank me. I'm just the mouthpiece and the card shuffler. This is coming to you, from you. So thank yourself when you do this. Now, decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. Take some time to do it, but trust your intuition. It'll bring you to where you need to go. Look at that. Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. That's what we've been talking about. So be aware of that. And mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Wow. It pays off. 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups. That in recognition and reward. I mean, this is just, you put in the work, it pays off. That's what you do this week. So go outside and ground. Lay on the grass. Let go. Especially when it comes to emotional issues. Let them go. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Sag. Great reading. Wow. All right, let's close it up. Oop. What do we got for Sag? Okay. Comfort. How can you bring more comfort into your life, Sagittarius? You can increase it through tangible things such as clothes and food, and intangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. Peace into your heart. Peace into your heart. I mean, pay attention and expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. It's a perfect opportunity for you to do that. Damn. All right, Sag, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays. I got the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I got you covered. If you'd like a tarot reading or astrology or both, I got a great combo that blends the both of them. 45 minutes of pure bliss. In person or online, go ahead and click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Sag, this is great energy here. Lots of messages coming in. Put up some boundaries, be patient with your process, and go outside and ground this week. All right, and I love you all, and I will see you this weekend. Capricorn, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to May 18th. So welcome, Capricorn. Hope you are doing well. probably feeling this full moon energy. We don't have much to talk about as far as astrological stuff because all we have is this full moon energy going on May 12th. And this is happening in the sign of Scorpio. And it's going to be shedding some light on the 11th house of friends, groups, vibe tribe, hopes, dreams, and wishes. It's also receiving love, but it's also on the other end of giving love. All right? You may be exposing some emotional things that's going on with you and your group at this time. Maybe some drama, full moon's a little extra. Scorpio is very extra. Could be intense, very emotional. But it's a great time to release some of this shit too. So think about that. Maybe releasing some of the low hangers in your life, All right. Let's get a message for you and your guides. From your guides, I should say. And what do we got? No, because I wanted one specific message, not two. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what we got for you. Boom, there it is. And it is freedom. Moving on, letting go. I like it. Let's read up on it. Number 4. That's harmony. It's balance. This card could reveal a time of new freedom, perhaps involving a recent breakup or some sort of energetic disconnection. This may be the dismantling of a romance, friendship, or family relationship, or even a job or a career. Whatever the experience, the present energy is saying the moment has come to let go. Any type of separation can be difficult, even if the break is initiated by you. The grief and lifestyle adjustments can feel overwhelming, but this card is telling you to take heart, for this is the right time for you to free yourself from what's been holding you back. And that's the bottom line. In fact, this card could be signaling emotions of liberation and great relief. You could be on the cusp of something very beneficial, such as the resolution of an ongoing problem or the healing of a long-term illness. Either way, call on Spirit's guidance, for a great shift in consciousness is about to take place. Trust that you have the ability to move on and create an exciting new reality. Wow. And the affirmation here is, I choose to follow my honoring options. As I let go of the old, I attract many new, happy experiences. Moving on, letting go, feels so fucking good. And it's a great time to do it around this full moon. And this is going to influence you for the rest of the month until the beginning of June. So let's do something about it. Let's work on it. Let's dream bigger. And know that we're worthy of receiving it. All right, let's get the vibe. What do I keep? Those 3 that flew out and not those. Okay. Oof. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. To get these 2 together is just incredible. All right. Well, the universe is giving you an option here. The Knight of Cups is bringing in an option here, especially when it comes to emotions, love, anything like that. Scorpio full moon is emotions, and emotions run deep, passions, that kind of thing. There could be an offer coming in. But what this is generally saying is that the universe is trying to give you a message here. And with the wheel and the world, it's time to complete some cycles. The 2 of Pentacles is you trying to juggle everything, okay? The Queen of Wands is accepting the juggling of everything and going, I got this. A message could come in. This is about more money. This is about, opening up. The world is your oyster. Could be doing some impromptu traveling, something like that. The offer is there. The offer is there to focus on balance. The offer is there to embrace change. The offer is there to say, now is the time. The offer is there to say, I complete this cycle. I love the opportunities that the world brings me. I am not a caged bird. I like it. Yes, the 2 of Pentacles is trying to balance money, but I don't see that being a problem. I really don't at all. Okay. Now, let's get some oracles. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's a good time to release and do some shadow work, especially when it comes to emotions. That is what puts you out of balance. That is what, you're hesitant about starting something new and changing something new. Excuse me. The sacral chakra is saying open up to more joy, moving towards more joy and confidence, and also childhood issues. The 3, the Empress is empowering yourself, taking your power back. Man, does it pay off. This is very empowering. So don't feel like this is letting you down in any way. This is actually building you up big time. But work on those emotional issues that still need some work, especially when it comes to the people around you, But you might be meeting some people at the right place at the right time. You may be going somewhere and meet somebody. There's the offer is always there in front of you. Be aware that the offer will be there, okay? Like I said, this just isn't for the week. This is for the whole rest of the month. So pay attention, All right, let's look at relationships and love and see what we got for you, Capricorn. Okay, I said that's it. Lots of cups. I'm seeing lots of cups. All right, I like it. Pay attention to 222. Knight of Cups. Again, offer coming in. That's twice. Queen of Swords cuts all cords. I embrace change. I got something to say. 2 of Wands. Yeah, could be traveling. Making plans to travel. I'm liking that. Ready. Opening up to the opportunities. And 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. God damn. God damn. God damn. When we work on the imbalance and embrace change, holy shit. Very simple. Do the work. Emotional releasing will set you free. There's no doubt about it. Especially when it comes to money, too. Okay? Unavailable. This person is unavailable to give you all you deserve. So why hang on to it? Why? Because it's fun? Because it's better than nothing? That's not the way it works. Wait, the timing is not quite right. Okay? Especially when it comes to communicating. Let the full moon kind of wane out a little bit, a few days before you go ahead and, make the offer or take the offer. You know what I'm saying? Just let it gestate a little bit. An awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. And I believe that's you. It could be the other person, and that's why you go your separate ways. Maybe it's the both of you, but definitely something is completing and changing here, and definitely moving on and letting go. And it doesn't look like it hurts as much as you believe it will if you do. Okay? You heard it here first. All right. Let's get a closing message for you. The offers are coming in. Open up to them. If the offers aren't coming in, you got to ask yourself, all right, so if Jeff says that this is what my higher self's laid out for me, basically showing me the blueprint for the next 3 weeks, and I don't see this, what am I doing wrong? Well, there could be a part of your shadow, especially when it comes from childhood, that believes that you can never achieve such greatness that I'm showing you here. And that you can finally close some doors on some shitty issues that you still bring to the table. So it's about embracing change and no longer focusing at the imbalance of things, but knowing that, this is the energy here. This is the energy you should be feeling in the next 3 weeks. And again, if you're not, you need to work on this. It's being free. Both these people look free and open to opportunities. Their hands, their arms are like flayed out as a sign of surrender. It's all the universe wants you to do. Get out of your way. And working on some emotional issues and getting rid of dead weight really helps you. move forward. All right, let's get a closing message, and there it is. Look at that presence. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment, and I've been harping on about that for a few weeks now. Slow down. Take in these moments. Stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, and when you're not present for it, Capricorn, you miss all of its beauty. And there's an opportunity here to slow down, to be present. And then the timing will be right. And you'll know it. You'll just step into it. You'll surrender into it. You will relinquish the control to control and open up to wonderful things. And and I'm telling you, this influence is going to be here well past June. So embrace it. All right, Capricorn, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch The Freaking Weekend. That's posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Check that out. I got you covered there. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading or both, I have a great combo, 45 minutes of pure bliss. We're going to go over prediction and all of that out till about 6 months. And we could do that in person or online. You can just click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Capricorn, be present, open up, let go, move on, get yourself some freedom. And all you have to do is proclaim it and it'll be yours. All right, I love you all, and I will see you this weekend. Aquarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to the 18th, so welcome, Aquarius. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're getting ready for the summer. Hope you are vibing and thriving, because I wouldn't want it any other way for you. You know what I mean? Pluto in your 12th house is really probably messing with your vibe, with your energy, but it's really prompting you to kind of slow down and take stock of things. Sorry, I'm messing around here with the set here because I get a little OCD about it. And I got electronic candles now, so I don't have to worry about shuffling the cards and them starting on fire. Had that happen once. But yeah, Pluto went retrograde last week. Was it last week? Here we go again. But yeah. So with Pluto going retrograde in your sign, it's a time for you to slow down. That's what it's saying. It's a time to slow down. It's a time to take things in. And it's very important that you do that. And I hope that you do that, okay? You do that. And start to really take in the energy of this summer. That is very important for you. And this is momentum that's building for you, baby doll. So use it, okay? We have a full moon going on this week. It's the only thing to really talk about. I talked about it in the freaking weekend. We're going to talk about it some more because it starts on Monday, starts the week off. You felt it coming up to the weekend, and now you're going to see the effects and be able to work with them till the next new moon, which would be about early June. And this is happening in Scorpio, a water sign. So this could be emotional. Full moons are a little extra. A full moon with some Scorpio added to it is really extra. And this full moon is happening in your 10th house. So this is a plethora of things. It's the way that you look at the reality out there. It's your what are you seeing out there in your reality? Because that's what you're feeling inside. I've been messing with the color on this, on the video, because it had like a very weird yellowish tint, and now I kind of mess with it, and now it's making my skin look like I'm Jar Jar Binks. The color of Jar Jar Binks. I'm really tan. I don't know. It's not orange. I don't have jaundice, that's for sure. Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, we'll find out next week if Jeff's skin is still orange, but Misa give you a tarot reading. Okay. All right. I crack myself up. Really distracted, but not really. I'm in a goofy mood. So it's Saturday. The sun is shining. It's not snowing. It's going to be 60 some degrees outside. I couldn't be happier. You know what I mean? Give me a nice, warm, sunny day and I'm there. How about you? So this full moon is happening in your 10th. Focus. And it's all about your reality out there. How do you look at the reality out there? Look at, see, it's orange. It like changes colors too. It's like fucked up. Anyway, it also has to do with career. I know sometimes astrologers say, well, the 10th house really isn't about career. Well, guess what? It's what you do. It's what you put out to the world. Okay? And the 10th house is that. Like my sun is sitting right on the 10th, right at the cusp of the 10th house. And if your sun does sit at the top of the chart, in the 10th house, 9th, 10th, right at the top, that means that you're a public person, My worth comes from, what am I sharing? What am I giving to you, the viewer? This is why I do what I do. This is why I teach. It's almost a performance. I mean, my whole life as a Leo, because of my 10th house sun, has always been about what can I do? I'm either doing impressions of people, making people laugh. I mean, when I was little, they used to stand me on a little chair and be like, okay, Jeffy, do your impressions, make us laugh. I was always the class clown. I was always entertaining. I had to have everybody's attention. That 10th house influences, what am I attracting as the world in my audience? The world is my audience. Are they responding to it or is there crickets? You know what I mean? And that, and then when I got older, it was being on stage, being a musician, playing guitar and singing, again, need that. And then as I evolved into my, my spirituality and started to do this for a living full time, it's again, giving lectures, giving classes, YouTube, my center, I'm doing readings all day, every day, so 10th house is an example of putting your vibe out there. What are you contributing? And I think that's going to be a big thing for you now, is to intensely look at what you're putting out there and what you're receiving. So be careful about that. Maybe it's releasing some emotional setback that keeps you from moving forward in your career. It could literally mean you getting a new job. But the 10th house is also opposite the 4th. And that is a balance of work and home. Maybe you got some shit to do at home. Maybe you've been working a lot. It's been intense. Let that go. Find the balance in it, Again, full moons are a time to release. What can you release? All right, let's get a message from the Energy and Spirit Oracle. And it is Archangel Raoul. Ooh, look at Archangel Raoul. This is Justice, Harmony, and Solutions. And it's so weird because that picture looks just like my son, Josh. Just like him. Yeah. Unfucking believable. And he's a Libra and he's holding scales. I just find that fucking unbelievable. But this is all about justice, harmony, and solutions. So let's see what Archangel Raoul is bringing to your existence, Aquarius. Number 36, which goes to a 9. You're almost there. All right, let's see. Aquarius, this card heralds good news. Raoul is the angel of justice and harmony. He brings fairness and compassion to difficult situations and relationships with others. A personal or work conflict will be clearing up soon. So if there's some drama going on at work, it's clearing up. Perhaps someone has been annoying or agitating to you. Even hurtful or hostile situations will be on the mend. Some difficulties may have been an undercurrent of your life for a long time, creating a deep sense of injustice in you. If so, now is the time to change things. Speak your truth and make reasonable and honoring requests. Your soul longs for you to heal your relationships with others and yourself, and Raul is here to help. Whether it's your spouse, a boss, a coworker, or a friend, this card is telling you that you do have the power to heal the energy of that relationship. Raul blesses your intention to live in true harmony. Damn. Here's the affirmation for the week. Repeat it. Say it. Write it on your fucking bathroom mirror. Say it every day. Aquarius, pay attention. I deserve harmony in my life. I call on Raul to help me bring greater peace to all my relationships. So, with some time and some healing, it looks like our relationships are going to undergo some healing, which is great. So let's get to it. Let's get the vibe. Enough of this palaver. And, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I can't believe that card looks just like my kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's 34 years old. Jesus. To think that my kids are like 34 and almost 30. Jesus, God almighty. It's unbelievable. And I thought I would, when they were growing up, I was like, hold on to this moment. Hold on to this moment. It's going to go by so fast. And I did. And it still went by really fast. And you just can't hold on to those moments fast enough with your kids. So Aquarius, if you got little kids, enjoy it. Document it as much as possible too, because when our kids were growing up, when our little ones were growing up, we were just coming into the technology age where, every phone had a camera. We still had to go develop film. Instead of going to Photomat, we did it at Walmart, so we missed a lot of moments. The video camera, you just don't pick up your phone and video it like, in the 90s and the early 2000s, you had to lug out this big fucking, it looked like a film crew, in order just to catch your daughter saying her first word or some shit, it was difficult. You guys are at an advantage now, you just pick up the phone and get every fucking moment. Before it was, oh, well, honey, the battery's not charging. It's been charging for 4 days, or we're out of videotape. Can we tape over the Seinfeld tape? You know what I mean? It's like horrible. You have no idea what it was like in the 90s. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see, Aquarius. What do we got? Yeah, okay. Damn it, did I just straighten that out? All right. Man, I've been obsessing about that this whole time. And the whole thing is that nothing's really crooked here. It's this. One side is bigger than the other. So it doesn't look like it's balanced. So I got to kind of like, whatever. All right. Yeah, this is a weird reading. This is kind of, it's not weird, I would say. It's very like, okay, this is what we got to do. This is a different kind of reading. This isn't what we need to work on, what we need to embrace, and the outcome. This is one string of a message here. Okay? So let's do this. 9 of Swords. You are anxious about a choice you need to make with the 7 of Cups. There's some confusion here. And let's know this. Anxiety is just, we don't know what the future is going to bring. So get excited about it. Turn the anxiety on its ass. Instead of getting anxious about it, be like, you know what? I'm not going to be anxious. I'm going to be excited. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that the universe is going to fucking hook me up. I'm excited about it. Now that alleviates that anxiety because they're both in the same spectrum. It's how you look at it. Make a choice, though, that's right for you. Trust your intuition with the Hermit. Look at it from the long view. Don't make some quick snap decision. You know, you are holding back and you do need to make a decision. So now, it's kind of coming up on you. Trust your inner wisdom. You need no other tools or advice. You can do this. All right. It's just going to take some time. The universe has been kind of waiting for your energy to respond, and then it can respond. Stop being freaked out about the choice you got to make and just fucking make it. That's what this whole thing is about. End of discussion. And Raul is kind of like going to be putting things in harmony for you. Ask for that guidance, okay? But everything in due time. You might be paying attention to nines, and nines are a sign of you're almost there. In fact, son of a bitch, there it is. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. You can't make that shit up. You can't make that shit up. And I said the 9 before that, when we started that. That's fucking incredible. So you're almost there. The universe is the universe is saying, there's the universe. It's saying, you're almost there. Don't give in. In fact, this is when you double down, and surrender. And another 9, fulfillment of wishes. You can't make this shit up. Material and spiritual prosperity. Absolutely. The waiting game. Okay. So the universe is saying, it's all right. Speak your truth. Tell the universe what you want. Make the decision. Okay. Make the decision. It'll pay off big time. Wow. Whew. Wow. You're about to turn a corner here, and the universe is like, hang in there, kid. Hang in there. You know it's coming. You do know it's coming. I think that's why you're anxious. I think it's because you're masking that. You need to turn that into excitement. Let's look at relationships. Maybe this can shed some light on it. All right, what else do we have for Aquarius for relationships? Is that it? Yep. Okay. Yeah. You're not stuck. Take the blindfold off. Stand your ground. Again, trust your intuition. Communicate your feelings if you need to. You deserve somebody that can, sometimes you can be cold as ice. Maybe it's time to warm up a little bit. Ace of Wands is a new beginning here. It involves change. Stand your ground with that. 3 of Pentacles is recognition. 3, 6, 9. You're manifesting something here and it's coming. And the Chariot is saying swift success. This is definitely going to show itself. I'm going to make a prediction by July. You are going to be in a totally different reality. I guarantee it. You heard it here first. Especially when it comes to relationships. Damn. All right. Let's get some messages of love. See that card? How it's standing up on that crystal? Lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Okay. That may be what's kind of stifling the choice here. You're holding back. Release those in this full moon. It could be family issues too. Unavailable. This person is unavailable to give you all you deserve. So some of you are trying to make that decision of whether, can I make this work? And the answer is no. But if you open up to something that will, you'll receive that also. So be aware of that. Again, things come into balance with this full moon and your relationships. You just got to give it some time. Look at that. Receive. And 9 is all about abundance and receiving and knowing that you're worthy of it. Damn, Aquarius. You're being asked to open to receiving universal gifts. This could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you're worthy of these gifts and open up to them. Maybe this person is unavailable to give you all you deserve because you believe that you only deserve a certain type of energy. Think bigger. Manifest here. There is something coming to fruition. You're almost there, Aquarius. Hang tight. Things are going to balance out. All right. That's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading or both, I got a great tarot and astrology combo. 45 minutes of deep diving into the next 6 months. We can do that in person or online. You can click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. And don't forget, Aquarius, join the Vibe Tribe and join this like-minded collective of individuals vibing high, baby. And yeah, so join that, and I'll be adding a lot of stuff this summer. And Aquarius, open up to receiving. I don't know why I'm laughing, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Pisces, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from May 12th all the way to the 18th, so welcome. Happy, happy times. It looks finally like the good weather has introduced itself into Western New York here, so hopefully, fingers crossed, you know, it could snow tomorrow. It's been cold. It's been too cold. I don't like the cold. I like warmth. I'm a Leo. Sun energy, baby. Hopefully I can get some this today. It's supposed to be nice out, so I just want to catch some rays. We're not going like full bore like Hawaiian tropic oil and boombox and laying there for hours like I would in the summer. No, we're just going to, you know, get some reflection from the sun. That's about it. Speaking of reflection from the sun, the full moon is reflecting that energy big time on May 12th. We've been talking about that for the freaking weekend. And we discussed that it's happening in your 9th house. You could be making travel plans. It's a very spiritual time. You could be releasing negative beliefs, especially when it comes to like emotions and what triggers you. I think that's it. You know, getting rid of things that trigger you. Why does that trigger me? Does it have to? You know, this full moon's in Scorpio, a fellow water sign. It may bode well for you. It may not. It all depends on how you're vibing with it. But this usually is a time where you could really double down on your spirituality and get rid of some of that toxic kind of bullshit beliefs that you tell yourself, you know? It could be intense. So watch yourself traveling, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? People can be extra because the full moon is extra and Scorpio is very extra. So just be aware of that. Nothing to fear. Nothing to get hung up about. Change your beliefs, change your life. You'll be surprised what you uncover. All right? So just be aware of that energy. That's all we have in the astrology realm for this week. So it's a focus on letting go. Letting go of old beliefs. And coming up with new ones. Which is excellent. That's evolution, baby. That's you growing. All right. Let's get a message from your guides. This is the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Let's see what they got for you, Pisces. And there it is. Animal totems. Animal energy and powers. So pay attention. You may be seeing little furry friends that guide you on your journey. Okay. This card reveals the presence of some powerful animal totems who want to share their unique energy with you. Totems are natural objects or animals with which you feel a deep energetic connection to. Any animal can become your totem if you see it repeatedly or if you feel a strong resonance with it. Animal totems bring spirit messages and bestow special energies that are unique to their animal's earthly experience. On this card, for example, the leopard represents great personal power and grace. The owl shares wisdom and clairvoyance. Deer brings new perceptions and enhanced physical senses. The fox vibrates with sexual energy, fertility, and feminine expression. The hawk bears messages about your life purpose and visionary powers. From insects to elephants, the world is filled with endless examples of helpful energies from nature. Be open to their many blessings. And the affirmation is, animal blessings abound in my life. I am open to all the wonderful qualities, energies, and messages they offer. So pay attention. Like you could be sitting in your yard thinking about, I wonder if I should go ahead and start this project. And then, you see a hawk circling in the air, meaning that it's a good idea or something like that. Or a beautiful bird just appears or you just notice it singing and you see it. Or a leopard totally runs through your yard. You know what I mean? Or, you see this beautiful little squirrel and you're like, oh, how beautiful. Yes, that gives me the answer. And then a hawk swoops down and grabs it. Stranger things have happened. Pay attention. I believe that sometimes like certain animals are drawn to your energy. And they do hold messages. Usually that intuitive spark of, why am I seeing this spotted leopard in my yard? The escape from the zoo? What's it telling me, All right. What else do we have for Pisces? There's the vibe. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Wow, very heady energy here. But it all works out. It's time. Whatever it is, it's time. I'll tell you that right now. It's time. Yeah. Okay. Boom. 1, 2, 3. 3 swords. Decisions. Trying to outweigh things here. I'm getting a message of you're searching for something. You're looking for some kind of advice. You're looking for some kind of balance in all of this. And you need to go within. It's not out there, guys. It's within. And I think that's what the animal totems might be showing you. You know what I mean? It may be within. You may be just needing to take a back seat and get some clarity about things. The 9 of Swords is too much anxiety here. Don't want you to freak out about it. It's anxiety is just the fear of the unknown. So get excited about it. I don't know what the future brings for me, but I know that it's going to be fantastic and I'm excited for it. The Queen of Swords states that. Cuts all cords, speaks her truth. Really, it comes down to communication. The Hermit, trusting that inner gut. What is that message telling me? You might literally see crows this week, bringing messages. Your thoughts can sometimes deceive you. Things work out here with the wheel of fortune and the justice. Something comes full circle here, okay? A message comes in. The wheel of fortune is saying it's time. It's time to focus on balance. It's time that the universe has your back here. So don't let your mental, those are the things that you need to release is that, when in times of need where I really need to build up my vibe and my energy, my mind goes overdrive to talk me out of it. Maybe you need to release that. Communication is definitely coming in this week for you in some capacity about something here that finally evens out, all right? So trust that the answer isn't outside of you, but inside. You make that revelation and you are golden, really. Okay. Anything else? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's get some oracles and see what they got to say. Yeah, choose wisely. We're going to focus on anxiety or excitement. They bring two totally different results. Speaking your truth, communicating is very important. I think we were talking about that last weekend too. Balance. Huge focus on balance. Justice coming in. You know? Messages also. Shining as brightly as the sun. That's all you need to do. That's what brings balance into all of this. Pay attention to 1111. Accelerated motion. Yeah. Something's taking flight here. Messages coming in. Don't sweat it. Really. Literally don't sweat it. If you've got something to say it. It will bring balance. Don't hold it in. Trust your inner wisdom and your timing. The timing is now. 11:11. Huge message right there for you. All right. Let's look at relationships and love and all of that gobbledygook. And see what we got here for you, Pisces. What do we have for Pisces this week? What are we focusing on? What are we releasing with this new moon? This full moon. Yeah, there's huge. Knight of Swords again. Communication. Okay, an end to holding back, especially when it comes to relationships. So something's here. We need to have a discussion. There's absolutely that going on here. Standing your ground and creating boundaries is important for you. Not backing down. Choosing wisely. The star is saying, you got this. You got this. The Knight of Swords, communication again coming in, or there's a lot of communication here. Something is going to be said that's going to turn everything around. Yeah. And I had a cough for no fucking reason at all. Speak your truth. And the Four of Wands, it works out. Harmony. Things work out. Happy home here too. You know? It would be very advantageous to work at home, do things at home if you can. Rebuild that energy and realize that your thoughts sometimes deceive you, but you got to stand your ground and really communicate this week. Really communicate. It is important. But there's also communications in here that are, need response and will also change the game here. Wow. Interesting. All right. Children are important to this partnership. So there may be some things about kids, maybe your spouse has kids or something like that. And it's, that can be rough. But maybe it's an honest discussion about where we're going with our family plan next. Don't rush it. Forgiveness, forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. Again, that star healing energy, speaking it into existence. Yeah, this will balance the whole game out. And retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Now, the Hermit card and the Four of Wands shows me, yes, time alone and especially in nature will really, 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 really help you. Okay? Go outside and ground. Look within for the answers, And I guarantee you're going to have these little animal things come out at the, little indicators come out at the right time when you need them, Like you're driving down the road and you're thinking about, I wonder how this is going to go. And I really hope it works out. And then a bird totally flies into your windshield, something like that. Just be aware of this stuff. The possibilities are endless. You go in your garage and you find a raccoon staring at you, Something. They're the little bandits of the animal kingdom. All right, let's get a closing message for you. Which one do I keep? Of course, it's the one that's overturned. Yes. Okay, let's get it, Pisces. Listen. This is huge. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something. And it's time to act on its wisdom. It's time. You want things to balance out? Listen to what people are telling you. Listen to the messages that are coming in. And there is a huge message about communication. It is important for everything to be communicated, laid on the table, and discussed so things can balance out. That's a huge, huge, huge message for you this week. And this is going to continue and be a theme till about the beginning of June. So now is the time to make it happen, Pisces. Pay attention. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget that the Freakin' Weekend is posted on Wednesdays to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there too, baby. And if you'd like a tarot or astrology reading, or both, I got a tarot and astrology combo, 45 minutes. We can deep dive into the next 6 months. We can do that in person or online. Just click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Listen, Pisces, listen, Linda, and speak your truth. And you watch the balance that comes through. There's going to be messages and all kinds of communications that are going to finally bring some fucking balance to your life. And pay attention to 1111. It's time. All right, Pisces, I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend.